fall on the political spectrum. I think it's safe to say that we all really care about Vermont, and that's why we're here. I'm one of them. I grew up here in Burlington. It's great to be here in my hometown. I went to Flynn Elementary School for kindergarten. I went to St. Joseph's Grade School. I went to Rice High School, and I graduated from the University of Vermont. And it's been very interesting for me to look at this data that I'm going to show you. I'm going to try to blow through this presentation in 10 minutes. It's a lot of data to take in. We'll put it up on our website so you can look at it in more detail. But it's, I really care about the future of this data, as we all do, and I wanted to see what is going on in Chittenden County. And how does that compare to what we observe in Bennington County? So we did an event. Did you talk about that? Yeah. Okay, the reason we're having this is because this summer we did an event, just an experimental event in Bennington County, and we asked Wayne Brandquist to pull together some data about, 3 different data points. So, before the recession, when the recession hit, and today, like what is going on in Bennington County? And just between us, we chose Bennington County because we haven't done a lot of events as an organization, and we wanted to kind of do it in a small place and see if we could pull it off. And it was standing room only. We couldn't believe it. And people were just so hungry to talk about this issue. And so then we thought, well, why don't we do this in Chittenden County, and we'll take that same prism that Wayne came up with and look at the data between the 2 counties. So that's what this thing is going to bring you through. And I guess my pointer doesn't work. So Christina, if you could pull the house down, and I don't know if you're still here, but we're going to get started. Great. Okay. Here we go. So look at so let's start with tourism. So this is just a sweet little graph about the number of people who visited our welcome centers. This does not tell us how many visitors we've had in the state. This is the number of people who've come to a welcome center, okay? From 2006 to 2014 on the right. And you'll see that there's a 17% decline. This is just what's published by BGS, okay? So then if you just look at the 2 welcome centers in our counties, Bennington and Chittenden, you'll see a different, the Guilford Welcome Center is a huge thoroughfare, and that's a pretty significant decline, 27%. So let's just assume, for argument's sake, that we have fewer visitors. What's going on with the tourism and hospitality industry? And what this appears, now these are numbers that are adjusted for inflation in millions of dollars, comes from the Department of Labor. What we're looking at here is a pretty good look. It's a recovery, kind of. Like we have 12% increase statewide, which is the green, a 30% increase in Chittenden County, the red, a tiny decline in Bennington County, but it's better than the alternative. So I would suggest that this says that hospitality is kind of recovered. So what's going on in real estate? So we've got it hasn't fully recovered. We've got an 8% decline statewide, 13% Bennington County, 7% in this county. This is nothing new. We know this. Here's construction, new construction. A much more significant change in Bennington County, 70% decline. And still Chittenden County is down. So that part of the economy is taking a hit. What's going on in retail? Again, Bennington County has not fully recovered, and we're still looking at a decline everywhere. But it could be worse. It could be worse. So then I was curious to look at, well, in the major population centers of each county, what's happened, to retail? And I was really surprised to see that everywhere has declined, with the exception of Colchester, which has gone up by a significant amount, 19%. So I'm like, what's it? Okay, maybe it's just recessionary spending going to Costco, needing to stock up. I don't know. I couldn't figure out what it was, but that's my guess. What's going on with population? So this is my pointer, since the pointer doesn't work. We have in Chittenden County an increase on the left in green, 8%, almost 9% increase in population since the turn of the century. We have a 9% decline in population in Bennington County. If you look on the right side, that's the under 18 population, which is much more staggering. I mean, this is stuff we all know, but it's interesting to see it. You know, a 13% decline in Chittenden County under 18, and almost 20% in Bennington County. And yeah, so, and also, Chittenden County is about 25% of the state population, Bennington County is about 6%. Median age, same thing. Chittenden County, we're 36 years old. That's 2 years older than we were at the turn of the century. In Bennington County, we're now 46 years old. That's 6 years older than we were. Here's the population, age 60 plus, compared to regional and national trends. So we're getting older everywhere, but you'll see that Bennington County is significantly above the Northeast and the United States at 27% of the population today. Or 20, this is in 2013, this is US Census data. Chittenden County, 18%. We got a 27% gap between Bennington County median income and Chittenden County median income. Chittenden County incomes, they're about 20% higher than the state median, but there's been a slight decline still when you adjust for inflation. So we've recovered, but we're not hitting it out of the park. Here's a comparison for regional and national data for median household income. I find this less upsetting because, I mean, look at Chittenden County. We're above, you know, there's a decline, but we're above what's happening regionally and nationally. Or at least we're in line with the graphs. So for me, it helped to look at this stuff from a national and regional perspective. In terms of poverty, you know, there's no good news. It's up. It's up. Bennington is above the nation, above the Northeast, above the state, above Chittenden. So this is of the poor people, the number of families who have children is going up by a percentage-wise. I was interested to see. Households receiving assistance. Now, a lot of this has to do, of course, after the recession, that there were many more people who were eligible for food stamps. So this is food stamps and any kind of public assistance. I was blown away by this. I mean, maybe I just live in a bubble, but a 91% increase in Chittenden County, a 68% increase in Bennington County in terms of the number of people receiving help. I am ashamed to say that I did not know this. We're looking at more than 40% of our state's children are receiving free and reduced lunches. Opiate addiction, nothing new, but still staggering. Staggering. 186% increase statewide. So this is we should remember that this is the number of people who are receiving treatment from state facilities. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the number of addicts. These are the number of people who are being reported as being receiving treatment. So this could also mean, I didn't look into this, but it could mean that we have more facilities, that this is, you know, been a priority of the Shumlin administration, that, you know, but this is what the data show. This blew me away. Crime rate has gone down. I didn't know that. It's gone down everywhere. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if there's a relationship there. Unemployment rate, as compared to the nation on the top, New England beneath it, then we got Bennington, then we got the state, then we got Chittenden County. So again, it's, I don't know if it's comforting, but it's interesting to see that we are where we fall as compared to the nation. Good, I suppose it could be worse. Arts and cultural institutions per 100,000 of the population. No, to no surprise, after the recession, we still haven't recovered. There's still a decline. And you can see that statewide, 9% drop. Chittenden County and Bennington County, significant 20% drop. This I got from Department of Public Service. Their published stats say that 100% of Chittenden County has broadband. Statewide, 85%. This is not mobile. This is what they say is hardwired broadband. And 67% in Bennington County. Despite all of this, we got some income disparity that continues to show its face. We have the number of households, percent of households with incomes over 150,000 continue to increase. And that this also just gives you a comparison to the region and the nation on that front. So it's going up, northeast and the nation. Here's our economy today. We're 67% service provision. The next slide will show you what's happened. This is what's happened to the economy since 2001. So on the left, you'll see a drop in manufacturing and trade and retail, which is stuff we all know. And on the right is growth. We'll see that the biggest growth we have is in education and health services. Here's private employment. It could be worse. It seems to have recovered from the recession, but Bennington still has a way to go. There's been 1% increase in private employment statewide. So basically, if you take tax receipts since 2006, compare them to 2014, and adjust for inflation, we're looking at flat. We're looking at, it could be worse, but we're at a 0.1% growth statewide. Chittenden County has got a 9% growth, and Bennington County is still on the decline at 15%. This is the last slide here. This is just a list of the organizations in Vermont that are either mission devoted to working on economic development issues. There's quite a few. This is certainly a priority. And I guess I'm going to turn it over now to someone that we're so proud to bring to the stage.